Who's carrying the flag today?
Did they find it?
I guess.
Yes.
Who had it?
The millage. They picked it up from cheer.
Fans are the same.
What?
Fans are the same. No matter what.
Oh, really? Well, the last dude to run with it just dropped it on the ground and was like, not my problem.
It's 30 and 78, so Meyer, and I don't know who
I
it
can
is.
hear you right now.
That's okay.
Thank you for watching KCAT News here. I'm Caleb Perkins, and tonight we have a great matchup between Wellington and Mulvane Wildcats. Tonight is senior night, and the Wildcats are in black everything, and Wellington is in white everything. These are two teams that have similar records and have had a similar season where they don't start off so hot, but they have both been hot lately, winning their last at least 2 games. We already know that the Wildcats will have a home football game next week for regionals. We don't know who we play yet, but this will be just still have some factor over who gets what seed. Because right now, the Wildcats are right the top middle of the region. Wellington's going to catch it around the 19-yard line, and they're going to pick up about 6 yards, and they're going to start off their first drive on the 26-yard line. All right, so Wellington runs it up the middle, and it's going to get about 4 yards on the play. So we'll see what they do here on 2nd down and 6. My bad for not starting the clock here. It is not the 20th quarter. It is the first quarter. Delay game. All right, so false start's going to back up Wellington back another 5 yards here. So now they're going to be second down and 11. With right about 11 minutes to go. A little bit of trickery there, but they go to the left side running it, and they're going to get about 5 yards on the play. Now it's going to be third down and 4. So this one is going to be a catch. It's going to be a caught ball, pass and catch, but Mason Ellis makes a tackle before he gets to the first down marker. So it's going to be fourth down and 3. All right, so Wellington's in a punting formation right now. It's bounced at the 45. It's going to keep rolling. No, it looks like no one's going to touch it. So it looks like the Wildcats are going to start off on about the 37-yard line with 9:38 left to go. All right, so the Wildcats line up with twins on the trips on the left side and one wide receiver to the right. They have Hunter Shire, Cole Diffenbaugh, and Comer here on the trips as they give it as a wide receiver screen to Cole Diffenbaugh. He gains 2 yards on the play. It's going to be second down and 8. So this one might look like Wellington got the ball there, and they do. So not the way Wildcats wanted to start off their drive, but hopefully the Wildcats defense can make up for it and stop them here. This one's a pass and is caught. Number 7 for Wellington keeps driving, but it's not going to be enough for a first down. It's going to get about 7 on the play. It's going to be second and 4. So get 6 on the play. This is going to be stopped right about at the line, so it's going to remain third and 4. All right, so they stopped them again. They're on third down, so now it's going to make it a 4th down and 2. Looks like they're going to keep their offense out here, as it is on Wildcats' side of the ball here. See what they do here on 4th down. Remember, this should be a good matchup as both teams are have a similarity record and roster. Looks like they're gonna have a timeout. It's a timeout on Wellington. It's gonna be the first half, and we'll be back in a minute.
Brought to my attention, the Chick-fil-A sandwiches are now available in the concession stand.
Big stuff here at Mulvane. At Mulvane here at Loud Coach Cal Stadium. If you couldn't hear, Chick-fil-A is here for this. Chick-fil-A is here for the 2nd week in a row. Can't go wrong with a Chick-fil-A sandwich. As well, looks for Ian Comer. And this one they're going to say is a caught by Ian Comer. That is going to be his first catch in a varsity match. He had a deep bomb last week, just barely could not bring it in there. It was a beautiful pass by Mason Ellis. But this one he gets a nice little 5-yard passing catch there with Mason and set up a 2nd down and 5. They're going to give it off to Tanner Clare, and he's going to be tackled in the backfield here. So now it's going to be 3rd and 8. You can hear the rowdy crowd is here tonight, and it's fairly large. All right, Wildcats line up with trips on the left side here. Drop back to pass, checking. Oh, and he is going to be sacked. Wellington came in with 4 dudes in the box, and Wellington O-line could not block him long enough for Mason to let go of that ball. So that's going to make it 4th and 13 here. It looks like they're bringing out the punt unit out. All right, so Wellington gives it off to the running back. And it's going to get about a yard on the play. All right, so now it's going to be 2nd and 6 here. That 1st down play. Wildcats line up with twins on both left and right side. Looking to pass, but it's going to be a QB keep by Mason Ellis. But this one is going to go nowhere because one of the D-line for the Crusaders got to him before he could escape the pocket.
complete. The Hunter Sire. Wildcats, first and 10 on the 37-yard line. First and 10.
All right, now it's first and 10 from the 49 here. As we're 10 minutes and 30 seconds here into first half or second quarter. And this one's going to be a massive run here by Cole Diffenball. So that's going to bring the Wildcats all the way down to the Crusaders' own 35-yard line.
Holding first and 10 from the 35.
Looks like it's an option. Mason tosses it to Tanner. Looks like there might be a horse collar on the play because there's a flag down. You could see Claire's jersey ripped. He had a phenomenal game last week with 2 touchdowns, and I can check exactly how many rushing yards he got last week.
Wildcats first and 10 from the 19.
All right, so because of that penalty, it gives them a first down in the red zone for the first time today. This is going to be right to Cole Diffenball, but Wellington tracks him down. It's going to be a loss of about 4 yards on the play. Then I'm trying to see how many rushing yards Tanner Claire had last week.
For 4 yards. Second down and 14.
And it looks like another turnover for the Wildcats. This is going to be the second fumble of the night that Wellington recovers.
First and 10.
So really, it's been a defensive game so far, as the Wildcats keep making Wellington turn it over on downs or have them punt it after 3 downs. On the other hand, the Wildcats have 2 fumbles and have not been able to make it into the end zone. A little trickery here, and the ball goes loose again. It's still bouncing. It's trying to go, and looks like Wellington recovered it. But now they're going to be backed up about 20 yards now, as it's going to be second down and 22 yards.
Result of the play is a 12-yard loss. Second and 22 from the 17-yard line.
We're going to try and run it up the middle, but they're going to only get about a yard on play. So that won't really make a dent, and it's going to be 3rd and 21 yards to go now.
Gain of 2. 3rd down and 20.
So Tanner Clare has 340 yards so far in the season. He's got about 200 of them. About 200 was from last week. And this is going to be a sack by Tyler Lansrith. So now it's going to make it 4th down and a lot of yards. A lot of yards. Not bad there.
Fourth down and 25 to go from the 13.
So now it's going to be 4th down and 25 to go here. The ball is fumbled, and it's picked up by, who was that? Cohen Chance. And it's going to be a touchdown by Cohen Chance on senior night. Great job by the Wildcat defense to force the ball back over on 4th down, pushing back very far back into their own side, and then fumble the ball on the punt. And then Cohen Chance is the one that grabs it and gets the touchdown. See who kicks it here. Looks like it's number 8. I think that is that was Julian, I believe, on the kick. Oh. That was by Deeker, my bad.
7 minutes left in the first half.
But June Reto's the one that's about ready to kick the ball here. With 7:05 left to go. Caught about the 5-yard line, and they're going to get all the way up to 30. There's a flag. Looks like it's going to be maybe on Cannon Smith.
Rush the returner. Tackled by
Might call hoist collar
for the Wildcats, but there's a flag on the play.
or face mask. One of the two here. We'll see what the ref says.
Holding. On the return, please. 10-yard penalty. Touchdown.
So actually, it's going to be holding on Wellington. So I was going to back them up again. So this is about where they were about 2 minutes ago when they started their. When the Wildcats backed them up. So we'll see what Wellington can do this time. Again, Wellington. Oh, the ball is out. They're going to say it was incomplete there. The ball was intended for number 7 for Wellington. That is their main guy to go to. So for running and passing, that is Popwell. He is 210 pounds and is a senior, I believe. Yes. This Wellington has a lot of seniors on. Wellington Crusaders have a lot of seniors on the team, but that's about how the Wildcats are here. This one's going to be run up the middle, but it's going to get about a yard on the play.
Rush the ball carrier. Tackled by Maynard from Mulvane.
That's 5-something.
Third and 5.
So now it's going to be 3rd and 5. Thanks for everyone who's watching the game right now. I know it hasn't been the best live stream video we've done because it is a little choppy from time to time. Please just stick with it. The internet connection here is not as good right now. I guess it gets worse in the cold. Wellington's QB is looking to pass, and it's going to be tackled as he passed. It's going to be incomplete. Looks like they're going to say it was intended for number 1. He was about 20 or more yards down the field. That's Christian Buckman. He's also another senior. So now it's 4th or 5 with 6:05 left to go here. Wellington puts out their punt team. They're in punt formation now. And the bad snap and overall rush by Wildcats last time caused it to fumble. And this one's not that good of a punt as it rolls out on about the 46-yard line. And that's where the Wildcats are going to set up shop here. With 6:01 left to go here in the first half.
Mulvane first and 10 from the 46.
So I really haven't given my weather report of the night. It is, as you would assume, a chilly October night here in Kansas. As right now it feels about 50. It is 50 degrees out, but it feels like about 47 degrees out, as there is a little bit of wind, about 5 miles per hour. This one is going to be caught by Hunter Sire. Hunter Sire and Mason Ellis do have that chemistry going, as they do find each other to be open when the one is passing to another.
Mulvane first and 10 from the 31.
It started out about 53 degrees at 7, and we said it was about to drop about 5 degrees over 2 hours here, so you can start to see the weather drop. A little bit of a bumbled handoff, but Cole Diffenbaugh is going to make a play out of it. He gets it 30, 20, 10. He's turned the Jets on, and touchdown! Wildcats! Cole Diffenbaugh on the 30-yard, about 35-yard run. He turns the corner, and that's going to be the second touchdown for the Wildcats. So within the last 7 minutes left of the first half, Wildcats go up 13. We'll see if Chase Duker can make it 14. And they do, with 5:25 left to go here in the first half. And the crowd is routed up.
Mulvane 14, Wellington 0.
All right, so Julian Retz are ready to kick the ball, and this one's a big ball as it gets to the 7-yard line. Turner has it up to the 30. Let's keep going. Still has a blocker, and It's going to get all the way up to 40 before tackled by Tanner Clare.
Tackled by Claire for Mulvane.
So you could really hear the rowdy crowd there after the touchdown there. I just turned up the volume on the crowd a little bit so you could hear them just a little bit better. But during the actual plays, I like to keep it a little more quiet just so that you can kind of hear football a little more than you can hear the crowd. But I could turn it up just a little more here. We'll see what happens. This one's going to get about 2 yards on the play. It's going to be second, or my bad, 4 yards on the play. It's going to be second down and 6.
It's a 5-yard gain. Second down and 5.
Thanks for everyone who's watching right now. Make sure if you haven't subscribed yet, to please do so if you want to catch whenever we start a live stream. As next week, as I've said here, that Wildcats have secured a home regional game next week. So if you can't make it, you can be sure to watch it here. The Wildcats running up the middle. This one's going to be tackled by number 78, Matthew Byer. It's going to get about a yard or so on the play, so it's going to be third down and 5.
No gain. Third and 5.
With 4:20 left to go here, and the clock is still running. Be nice if the Wildcats could maybe cushion their lead a little more and get it up to 21 here. Let's stop it right here on the third down. All right, so Wellington in their formation again with one in slot formation and one running back in the back. That's when they hand it off to, and it has some blockers, about 3 blockers, but this is not going to stop. See what Wildcat gets up.
Tackled by Greer for Mulvane.
It's going to be Trey Greer, a senior here from the Wildcats, to make it 4th down and 2. Looks like, they go put the punt formation out. We'll see what happens here. Back to return the punt is Cole Diffenbaugh and Mason Ellis. Again, we've already had one block punt in return for a touchdown by Cohen Chance. It's in the end zone. This one isn't going to be rushing. Bit of a low blocking. This one's going to keep rolling. And looks like the Wildcats are going to start the possession on their own 24-yard line with 3 minutes left to go here.
25-yard line. First and 10 from there.
Remember, so if you subscribe, you get notification and ring the bell icon. You get notified whenever we go live. So it could be helpful next week if you can't make the game, and you want to be notified right as the stream starts, and you can watch the entire game here on KCAT News. All right, so the Wildcats line up with twins on the left side and one wide receiver on the right side. So wide receiver screen to Hunter Sires. This is a fake pass. Mason Ellis is open. Oh, no! He tried to Odell, but it's tipped back, and Mason's still on the ground. But this one's going to be tackled by Ian Comer, and Matthew Byers.
Pass intercepted by Redford for
Looks like Mason Ellis is holding his right shoulder. That is the one that he tried grabbing the ball with. So they tried to do some trickery there, and it doesn't end up working there. There's a flag on the play. So what happened on the play was the wide receiver screen to Sire, but then Mason went out for a go route and looks like almost touched the ball.
A team member of the offensive team wants his helmet to continue to play. Illegal participation is the offense. Penalty will be tacked on at the end of the return. First down.
All right, so it looks like Jackson Young lost his helmet and continued to play, and that's called illegal participation because you can't do that because of safety here. So that's going to move the ball up a couple more yards here after the play here. So that's going to give him another 10 more yards. So now Wellington has the ball within the Wildcats' own 34-yard line here. With 2:44 left to go here. Running up the middle, and then gets to the side. Gets about 11 yards on a play. Might be one of the biggest games we've had so far by Wellington.
Russell with the carry for Wellington. Tackled by Diffenball.
Again, that's Russell for Wellington. That's been the key playmaker. That would be number 7 there. You can see him line up here. Johnny lines up in the tight end position. Give it up the middle to another senior by Wellington. He's going to gain 8 yards on the play. Now it looks like Wellington has momentum here with 2:17 left to go here in the second quarter here. This time it's going to be met by Caleb Mater, who you could hear the pads hit the pads here. Even up here in the press box. Nice tackle there by senior leader and captain for the Wildcats here, Caleb Mater. He has the most tackles on the team as he is a strong safety. This is the 31 and they do a QB sneak. Looks like they made it. But he's going to keep the clock running here. They do have 2 timeouts left here with 1:35 left to go. As they've entered the red zone here. And the clock is still running here, but they do have 2 timeouts. This time, Wellington lines up with 2 wide receivers. I formation, looks back to pass, looking for the deep ball. It's back pylon, but it is going to go nowhere.
Second down and 10.
So now it's 2nd down and 2 here. Since that was incomplete pass, the clock has stopped at 1:12. So Wellington's taking time to catch your breath here. They have a little bit more to go before they have to rush the plays a little bit, and they have a timeout. This one's going to get about a yard on the play. But he's going to keep the clock running here with 1:07. All right, so this one is going to be a timeout by Wellington. They're going to take their 2nd timeout of the half, and we will be back in a minute. Thanks for watching KCAT. All right, so Wellington lines up with only 1 wide receiver here. So they give it up the middle, and it is going to be stopped. So now it's going to make it 4th down and about 8 here as the clock is running under a minute. They're going to keep the clock running here, and they might call a timeout right before it stops. It is 4th and 8. They have 10 yards to go into the end zone, but they have 8 yards to go if they want to get the 1st down. It looks like They're going to call another timeout here. All right, and again, we'll be back in a minute and let the band play.
Timeout. Wellington, your final timeout.
All right, so it looks like Wellington's going to go for the field goal kick here with 18 seconds left. Sorry if the buzzer went off here. That's going to go nowhere. It looks, I think it was blocked. But it doesn't really matter as kick was no good and there's 14 seconds left here. See what Wildcats decide to do, whether they want to kneel it or try and get a couple more plays in here with 14 seconds left. So they do have the ball on the 20-yard line. Because the ball rolled out of bounds, or rolled into the end zone. Looks like they are going to try and get a play here. It's going to hand it off to Cole Diffenball. Or CJ Johnson, my bad. He's going to run up bounds and big late hit there. We'll make sure nothing happens here. Nothing does, but there's a massively late hit. Refs made sure there's no problems after the late hit. But we haven't heard it's a late hit yet, so let's see what the ref says here. They're still talking about it. There is 6.9 seconds left. All right, so Ryder crowd changed, and you can't do that. And Wildcats have 3 timeouts left here with 7 seconds left, so they got about 2 plays. Maybe try and get it in a field goal range and try and kick a field goal here, or they go for a touchdown here. They do have only one running back, just back for block protection, and they are all going to have to run it, and this ball is just going to be at the thrown, kind of close to Tanner Clare, but it goes right past him. So they have 1 play left here. So we'll see what they have to do. So it looks like the Wildcats are going to just knee it here. And that's going to be the end of the first half. Your score is Mulvane 14, Wellington 0. Make sure you stick around for the performance by the marching band and the Classy Cats. Reminder, we cannot play the Classy Cats song that loud because or we'll be get copyrighted. But it is spooky tonight, so that's why the Classy Cats are dressed up a little bit spookier tonight. So we'll let the halftime performance take it away.
Now, ladies and gentlemen, we welcome your Classy Cats to the field to perform Bad Guy, choreographed broadcast by senior captain Brooklyn Allen. Ladies, your music is on. Well done, ladies.
So they did that all right. That would have been tough.
Oh, I will. You guys want some real cuts? Let me know.
Give you hot chocolate, it's $1.
Bye.
Actually, I forgot something to eat. What? No.
Blue Mills fancy. Somebody texted me and said, "Don't think I don't have her pet." So you came to She's on the list. Oh, well, she's
My favorite part was I like that one.
looks at it, brings up Chick-fil-A's.
Marching band.
Yes, they tried. They would not swim up. I tried to get them swimming up, so I had to put the soul in right there.
I can pull a soccer ball.
All right, welcome back to Wildcat football here as we're about ready to start the second half. The Wildcats will return the ball. Back to receive the ball is Keaton Hurd, Cole Diffenball, and Mason Ellis. The score right now is 14-0 after a close defensive battle for the first quarter and a half. The last about 7 minutes of the second quarter got interesting, where we scored the 2 touchdowns, and the Wellington Crusaders were within 12 yards of their own within the Wildcats' end zone. But they didn't get there. The Wildcats stopped them, and that's where we're all here as we're about ready to kick off ball. This one's going to be a squid kick to 35. It's going to be picked up by Traeger. He's going to try and keep going. He gets to the 42-yard line. Usually they kind of tell you to just pounce on the ball, but looks like Traeger had a good, nice catch on that, and looked like he thought he had a nice catch on it, and he did. So he ran the ball and got an extra about 7 yards on the play. It does feel like it keeps getting chillier outside, as this window in the press box has made it feel like it's outside. So the Wildcats line up with one wide receiver on both left and right side. They have Tanner Clare in a slot position and Cole Diffenball in the backfield. They give it to Cole Diffenball here on the right side. Keeps moving around, bounces off about 3 Wellington dudes and gets about 12 yards on the play. So it's going to be first down again.
First and 10 from the 46.
All right, so same formation like I just said. Move Tanner in motion there in the slot position. Looks like about the same play, maybe some different blocking schemes, but this one is read by the Crusaders, and they're not going to be misread on the second time. Party crowd's got a little bit smaller, you could say, but could be due to cold, as we have twins on both left and right side here. Wellington still has a pretty good crowd for tonight. This one's going to be a pass to Ian Comer, another about 5-yard gain, stays in bounds, and uses the power of his legs to get past one defender. Gets about an extra yard on the play. So it's going to be third down and about 6. That's Comer's second reception of the night. We had a little bit of rain this morning, but that was about it, as we have trips on the right side and twins on the left side, but there's no chance of rain tonight. Mason's being pressured hard and just is going to have to take the sack. He tries to stay up, but that just makes him go back another about 7 yards. That's going to make it fourth down and, well, a lot of yards. So it looks like they're putting the pump formation in. This is a great kick by Tanner Clare as it keeps bouncing, keeps rolling, and it stops at the 3-yard line. Great kick there by Tanner Clare. So this backs Wellington up way into their own side and inside the Wildcats' red zone here. Let's see if the defense can stop them here. They've had a good night so far. No wide receivers. They try to make someone jump, and it looks like they might have got Trey Greer on it. See what they say here.
On the defense, 5-yard penalty, remains first down.
All right, so it looks like they are going to call encroachment on the defense, so it's going to be 1st down and 5. They're still pretty far into their own end zone as it's on the 8-yard line. The defense can still stop them here. There is 10 minutes left to go here in the 3rd quarter. So it's going to be a handoff for a gain of about 6 on the play, 6 or 7. It's going to move the chains. So now the Crusaders line up in their normal formation here, but 2 tight ends instead of 1 slot wide receiver. We can give it off to the middle. It's going to be tackled by, looks like Jackson Young there. From up here, it feels like the running back has a lot of time before he gets the ball to build up momentum and speed. So it looks like from here, because that is Wellington's main goal, is to use number 7, their main running back, and just make his legs do most of the work for the offense here. So they do it again, give it off to him, and this time he gains 2 yards on the play. So it's going to be a close 3rd down, about 3rd down and less than a yard. So they try a QB sneak, and it looks like it works for the 2nd time tonight. Tried to doing that with about under a minute left to go in the 2nd quarter, and it worked, and it looks like it worked this time too. Be a fake handoff boot. Looked like it was, he tried to dish off to his fullback, but only gets, it still loses about, no, they say it's incomplete. So it's going to be 2nd down and 10. 7:54 left to go here. It's going to be another run up the middle, this time by number 2. No, my bad, number 24. It's Russler on the carry, gets about 8 yards on the play. 3rd down and 2 now. So this one again is going to be run up the middle, gets about 2 yards on the play. This one's going to get nowhere on the play, so it's going to be they're going to give him a yard, so it's going to be 3rd down and 7. All right, so we do have a couple of stats here. We have Augusta is beating El Dorado 10-0. We have Cheney and Ando is in a close battle with 14 at the end of the second half. At the end of the first half, my bad here. They are sending a blitz here, and this one's not going to get there in time as he gets it out of the pocket and it's going to get. Oh wait, is it a fumble? They did get it. So on the tackle there by Trey Greer, it looks like he fumbled the ball and they recovered it by the Wildcats. So it looked like a devastating play as they almost got it. Turns into a great play for the Mulvane Wildcats as they set up shop on their own 46-yard line. Independence is beating Rose Hill Rockets 21. No, my bad. Rose Hill is beating Independence 21-0 at the end of the first half. And Clearwater is beating Wichita Collegiate 21-14. And that's about where we're at here. Those are just some of the couple of the games. Again, we know that Wildcats have secured a home game next week for regionals. We don't know who they're playing yet. This one they're going to hand off to Tanner Clare. He's going to get about a yard on the play. About 5:30 left to go here in the third quarter. So Wildcats line up with Trips on the right side here. One wide receiver left. Low snap. It's Cole Diffenbaugh who's in the QB spot here. Tries to get around anyone but doesn't. He's going to lose about 3 to 4-ish yards on the play. So that's going to bring up a big third down here. A little bit of a long one too. There you go. It's 3 yards on the play. Wildcats line up with Twins on the right side. One wide receiver to the left. Mason's, oh my bad, it was Hunter Sire who steps back to throw. This one is caught by C.J. Johnson. That was a great catch by C.J. Johnson and perfect throw by Hunter Sire, but looks like the line is not liking it because they're going to say it's going to be, Sire doesn't like it either because it looks like it's going to come back for holding. See what the refs say here. All right, so you heard it here. It's going to be holding on the Wildcats. So that's going to make it. We thought the last one might have been a little bit long. This one is definitely a long third down as it's third down at 25. They're just going to see if Cole can try and make up the yards here. See, he turns the corner but doesn't get anywhere. Gets about a yard on the play. It's going to be fourth down and 24, and looks like they're going to bring out the punting team here for the Wildcats. Oh, this punt is blocked, and they're going to call the flag because Tanner didn't have enough time to get his feet back on the ground. It looks like he might have hurt his hand, too, and he's kind of limping. But it looks like it's going to stay Wildcats' ball as Tanner did not, the rusher did not touch the ball. and Tanner did not get to put his foot on the ground. See what the ref says here.
Personal foul. Roughing the kicker on the defense. 15-yard penalty. By rules, is an automatic first down.
All right, so that's going to make it a first down for the Wildcats after the roughing the kicker. So it's going to give the Wildcats here a second chance. They're going to line up with twins on the right side. One wide receiver to the left here. 7 back looking left side is Hunter Sire. He's going long and he's going to call the pass interference. Might be hurt on the play too. No, he's just, CJ's not going to like that. Didn't catch that ball because he felt like he could have caught it too. So we'll see whether they call the pass interference on Wellington or on CJ Johnson there, a senior. Again, senior not here, so senior's trying to make big plays here. We've already seen some from Cole Diffenbaugh, Cohen, Sands, Jackson Young, just to name a few. Caleb Mater has been productive as always. Matthew Byer have seen make a couple of great stops. All right, so they're going to say the penalty's offset there, as they said that it looks like the ref said that both sides had pass interference, which I don't know if we'll see. We'll guess that's right. So it is going to make it first down and 10 though for Wildcats. Line up in the same formation here. Sarah looks like a QB keeper here. He tries to spin, gets a spin around, looking left side here. Gets one more guy, and he rounds the corner. There's a flag on the play. Might be a little bit of block in the back or holding, though. So we'll see what they call here. My bad there on the technical difficulties, trying to get our external mic to work here.
Blindside on the offense. Personal foul, illegal helmet contact on the defense. Both are live ball penalties and offset. Replay first down.
All right, so they're going to say that there was a blindside by the Wildcats, so basically a block in the back of the Wildcats. And then looks like there's a illegal contact helmet as one of the Wellington players that tackled Hunter Sire led with his helmet. That offsets the flags again, so the Wildcats are going to have it again in the first down and 10 on their own 48 here. This time with, my bad, as the clock says there's 0, but there's actually 2:35 left to go here in the third quarter. And this one is going to be back about 7 yards on the play. It's not what the Wildcats wanted there. Clock is still running now. So we try and throw, and they're going to say it's incomplete.
Pass intended for Dylan Ball falls incomplete. Third down and 15.
They have kind of made a QB switches. They're keeping Sire as the QB. Has been the QB for a little bit here. See what they say here on the play. As it is a third down at 15 with a minute 45 left to go here in the third quarter. Looking back to pass, Sire's going to try and run, but he's not going to be able to escape the pocket, and it's going to be a fourth down and 15 is what it ends up looking like. Again, thanks for everyone who's watching right now.
Sire with a gain of 1 yard. Fourth down and 14.
So it's going to be a fourth down and 14. Clock is still running here. Another great kick here by Tanner Clares. It's fumbled and don't know who has it. Oh, they're going to say Wellington has the ball. So Mason tried to jump on, but it doesn't look like he got there.
After the punt, Wellington takes possession. First and 10 from the 26.
If you're going to run it here, they're going to get about 3 yards on the play. It's going to be second down and 7.
Russ, the ball carrier. Gain of 4. Second and 6.
There's 30 seconds left on the clock here. Looks like there's going to be about one more play here by the Wellington Crusaders before the end of this third quarter. This one's going to gain a couple yards. It's going to be about third down and 1 here. That's going to bring us to the end of the third quarter. It's going to say Wildcats 14, Wellington 0 as we head to the last quarter of the game. So again, another little bit of a defensive battle here, back and forth. Wildcats. All right, big push here by Wellington to get the first down. It looks like they will get the first down. So it's going to move the chains. They get about 3 yards on the play. That's going to start the fourth quarter. And there's so now it's going to be second down for my bad, the Crusaders. So you're down 8. They line up in their normal formation. I formation, 2 tight ends, 1 wide receiver. This one they're going to look back to pass. They had the man open. Caleb Mater fell on the ground. They're both kind of acting like, why was there no flag called? But there isn't, so it's going to be 3rd down and 8 here. Wildcats line up with trips on the right, or my bad, Crusaders again line up with trips on the right side. Looking pass, big rush here. It's going to be incomplete. They're going to call the flag. It looks like they're going to say Tyler Landsworth got to the QB too late. The Wildcats crowd is not liking this. We'll see what they call here. All right, so it looks like they don't like that. The Wildcat crowd does not like that at all, as that is going to be called roughing the passer. Give them 15 yards and a 1st down here as the Crusaders hike the ball. Oh, this one's thrown too high, and it looked like it's going to say 2nd down and 10. They had twins on both left and right side here. There is 10:57 left to go. They're running up the middle. This one's going to be stopped by Cole Diffenball and Trey Greer and Cohen Chance. Cohen Chance has had a nice couple of tackles tonight. It's going to be 3rd down and 7 now. Looking back to pass, trying to be rushed. It's going to get him sacked by Tyler Landreth again. He had help by Matthew Byers. He did not like the rough the passer in this one. He gets him before he throws the ball to give the refs no chance here for calling it. And it's going to make it 4th down and 17 with 10 minutes left to go here in the 4th quarter. Big punt here by Wellington. .9:42 left to go here.
Mulvane, 1st and 10 from the 13.
All right, so Wildcats line up with twins on both left and right side here. It's going to be ran by Cole. He's going to give out 2 to 3 yards on the play. My bad, he's going to get 5 yards on the play.
Rumor has it there's still a few Chick-fil-A
It's just be second down 5.
if you hurry.
Wildcats line up with twins on both left and right side here. Dropping back to pass is Hunter Sire. Tries to spin around. And the Wildcats are just lucky that was not a safety, as they're about 2 yards away from their own goal line now. It's going to be about a 15-yard sack there. It's going to make it 3rd down and see what the scoreboard puts on the board right now. I'm going to say second down and 18. No, my bad. 3rd down and 18. Try and run it by Cole Diffenball. He's got room. He keeps going. And that is a great push by Cole Diffenball with using his legs to get 18 yards on the play. That's going to be good enough for. Wait for the crowd to say it.
The right side. First and 10.
There we go. It's another on the 26-yard line. It looks like it's going to be a hard 3rd down, but Wildcats convert. Wildcats line up with 1 person slot position, 2 wide receivers. They send Tanner Clare in motion here. Going to hand it off to Cole Diffenball again, trying to find a hole. Going to get maybe 1-ish yards on the play. This will be 2nd down and 10. So no gain on the play. 7:51 left to go here. Wildcats line up with an I formation here. My bad. They have one shotgun. Cole Diffenball tries to get around one dude, but I cannot block. What was that? It looks like they're outside linebackers to keep penetrating through them and getting to the backfield early. This one's going to set up a 3rd and 15. A little bit stomping motion going on here by the Wildcats crowd. Handing off to Cole Diffenball, looking for a big 3rd down again. Cuts the corner and stays close to inbounds. No, he's going to be about 3 yards short. See, Wildcats haven't put on pump formation just yet. It looks like they are going to bring out the punt formation.
Carrier up the right side. Steps out of bounds. 3 yards short of a 1st down. 4th and 3. From the 30.
So 6:30 left to go here in the 4th quarter. Wildcats are going to give the ball back to Wellington. High kick. Still get it off though. This one's high. It doesn't go very far, and it's going to roll out of bounds on the Crusaders' own 47-yard line. So we haven't had much scoring going on since the end of the 2nd quarter. Scoreless 2nd half here. So again, another defensive game here. Wellington lines up in their normal formation, but only soon get about no yards on the play here. That's going to be tackled by number 2, Tanner Nelson, middle linebacker for the Wildcats. It's also another senior for senior night here. He's a little deceptive because you don't always hear me call his name, but he's always usually in the pile. Ready to crouch on in defense. Bootleg to the left side here. Landsworth is trying to get to him. Looks like it's going to be Trey Greer gets to him. Rod Crowd isn't happy that they didn't call holding by the Crusaders. They were kind of holding. Looks like they were thinking that they holded Tyler Landsworth before he could get to the QB there. So it's going to bring up 3rd down and 12 with 5:18 left to go here. They're going to say there's a timeout here. My bad, no timeout there. Looks like another pass. This one's going to be incomplete. So it's going to be 4th down and 12. Crusaders kind of have to go for it here. So they're under the 5-minute mark here. Down by 2 touchdowns. So it's going to be a 4th and 12 here. Wellington lines up with trips on the right side here. One wide receiver to the left. Looking back to pass. Tyler Landsworth comes around. Oh, he's still on his feet, but gets down. Great rush there. Great call by defense there, and gets a rush and sacks him for about, that might have been about 10 yards on the play, but it doesn't matter because it's turnover down, and the Wildcats get their ball within Crusaders' own 34-yard line. Now you see a little bit of some celebration here by Wildcats defense. 4:52 left to go here. They line up with twins on both left and right side. Mason is the QB right now, Mason Ellis. He's going to have a QB keeper. Going to get maybe a yardish on the play. So it looks like Cyrus going to be QB now again as they take Mason off on the sideline. Good news is he isn't injured. They're just kind of rotating who's QB right now. It's 2nd down and 9. Getting the formation where they send Tanner Clare in the slot position in motion. Send this in motion twice. You're going to hand it off to Cole Diffenbaugh on the left side here. Cuts back. Looking back to the outside. Oh, and the ball is fumbled. See if he got out of bounds. Myers is saying that the ball rolled out of bounds before Wellington could pick it up. Okay, so they're going to say, if you couldn't hear there, that they're going to say that was a fumble, and then it rolled out of bounds before Wellington got possession of the ball. So it's going to be 3rd down and 3. A little bit of a lucky break there for the Wildcats to put it ended badly. It's going to be Cyrus going to try and get a 3rd down conversion, but not going to do it as he backs up about 2 yards on the play. He's going to keep the clock rolling with 3:46 left to go here.
Timeout on the field. Charge for Wellington.
So timeout by Wellington here. It's going to be the first timeout of the half, and we'll be back in a minute.
Just imagine losing to a bot.
All right, so it looks like there's going to be a punt. By Tanner Clare here.
Oh, it's too hard.
This one's going to be too hard. It's going to be bounced back. Who was that? That was Tyler Lansworth. Tyler Lansworth has to be the playmaker of the game. Because, as my cameraman just said, where did he come from? We don't know. But he got there quick, dived, bounced it back in. Oh, and it looks like the refs are going to spot it at the 7-yard line. They're still kind of talking about it, but it looks like that's where we're going to keep it.
The ball is down at the 7-yard line. Wellington's elected to take the ball first and 10 at the 7-yard line.
So 3:36 left to go here. In the fourth quarter. Again, Wildcat stomping their feet. This one's a fumble in the backfield. It's safety! Cohen Chance again in the backfield for another play in the Crusaders' own end zone. So it looks like they're going to call that a safety. That was a sack by Cohen Chance there. So that's going to give Mulvane 2 more points and the ball back with 3:32 left to go here. So that's going to make it a... Still could be a 2-possession game right now. Make both of the 2-point conversions here. If Wellington has the ball in time, but close to sealing up the deal here on senior night for the Wildcats. We haven't had a safety for the Wildcats, and this is the first safety for the Wildcats this year, at least. And I think last year too there was no safeties in a Wildcats game. Today there is. This kick looks like Sire's gonna just fall on it at about the 50-yard line. So ball with 3:31 left to go in the fourth quarter. Couple first downs could do it. Okay, Wildcats line up with one wide receiver on both left and right side. Again, that slot formation with Tanner's the lead blocker. This one's a Cole Diffenball. He's got room. He turns on the Jets. 30, 20, 10. Touchdown, Cole Diffenball. Again, another nice lead block by Tanner Claire and the wide receivers. And then Cole just turns on the Jets, rounds the corner, has to beat one more dude, and then it's over. It's kicked by Chase Deeker here, see if it's good. And it's
Have you ever seen a dead hog fall from the sky? Oh, no, we can't call that.
all right, so another pass here to number 7. He stays on his feet for a little bit here, but he'll be tackled around the 14-yard line. Somebody's going to stay in bounds at the 2-minute mark here. Going to keep the clock rolling here. Wellington does have one timeout left to go. This time looks like QB's trying to look for pass, trying to avoid tackles too, and just trying to make a gain of it. It's going to be tackled at the 5-yard line. There is a flag on the play though. We'll see what the ref says here.
Blocking the back and the offense. 10 yards. Thank you, Lord Jesus Christ.
Alright, sorry for that bad noise there. Sorry for that bad noise there for a second, but you could see it was a block on back on Wellington, so that's going to push him back. It's going to be first down from about the 17-yard line. This time they're looking to the left side to number 3. This time it's going to be caught and pass. Caught and it's going to be a touchdown. That's what they're going to call it with 1:26 left to go here in the fourth quarter. That's Austin Foles for Wellington.
Extra point is good. With 1:26 left in the game, Mulvane 23, Wellington 7.
All right, so the extra point is good, making it Wellington 7. The announcer said Mulvane 23. Minute 26 left to go here.
Ladies and gentlemen, we ask for you to remember that everyone remain off the track and field at the conclusion of the game. Teams and players and coaches will be available outside their locker rooms after the game. As we try to keep our stadium clean and safe, we appreciate your support by picking up trash around you.
Has gotten a little bit chillier as everyone has put on blankets in this fourth quarter, but about done here. We'll call a timeout here by Coach Myers. So we'll be back in a minute. Now. So it's going to try and be an offsides kick, but Traeger recovers it. It's not going to go anywhere there. So Wellington's going to call a timeout. It's going to be the final timeout with a minute 10 left to go here in the fourth quarter, and we'll be back in a minute.